give it a second for the chat to load up. Sorry about that. Texted some friends of mine that I am going live. Alright. Unless if I get... Where the heck did... Where is that cord? Oh, here it is. Ah, here it is. What's up? Alright. Hello, chat. Oh, Dan. Dan, I see. What? Okay. Wait. You can't hear me? Frick. Is this good? Can you guys hear me? That's what I need to know. Hey, Shadow. How's California? Alright, so let's just get right into today's live stream. Well, actually, hold up, frick. Turn on my... Alright. Let me know, chat, if you can't hear me. I'm gonna like adjust my mic as best as I can. Maybe bring one of my lights closer and stick the mic on there. All right. Okay, my audio is good. Alright. Let's just continue. Alright. So, for those who don't know, I am a big Batman fan. I mean, you can tell from the Batman drawings behind me. And like any other Batman fan, I'm a ginormous gamer of the Batman Arkham franchise. And since I'm a PlayStation gamer, there's a chance to get Platinum Trophy. Have I gotten that? Of course not. Because... I don't know. It's just like not worth the effort for me. So I'm going to be ranking some of the villains from the Batman Arkham games, such as the Joker, Bane, Riddler, Harley Quinn, Dr. Hugo Strange, Poison Ivy, Penguin, Scarecrow, Killer Croc, Mr. Freeze, Deathstroke, Man-Bat, and Firefly. So, without further ado, let's do this. The Joker. As any Batman fan would know, the Joker is one of Batman's most insane villains and probably one of his craziest. Joker has sometimes pushed Batman up to the limit, and well, we're not going to be ranking off of what he did in the comics, but what he did in the Arkhamverse. Starting with his first ever appearance in the Arkhamverse, Batman Arkham Asylum. Batman Arkham Asylum takes place in, well, Arkham Asylum, the insane criminal hospital for the criminally insane, ran by Amadeus Arkham, and with her, uh, with Warden Sharp as well, the Warden. Batman follows the officers carrying off Joker into the lower cell blocks of Arkham Asylum. Joker then escapes from his imprisonment, but wants to stay in Arkham Asylum. Joker then runs the asylum and has major control over it. When it seems like we are finally going to get like a really good Joker boss fight, he turns up. Well, here, let me show you. He ends up like this giant humanoid version of Bane after injecting himself with an overdose of Bane's drug called Venom, but in this case for Joker, it's called Titan. So Joker then continues to rain havoc and holy crap, sorry. Now that I'm looking at this, Joker is like 7 feet tall. Maybe more. This like reminds me of the absolute Bane that we've seen in recent comics. I apologize if I do misspell absolute. Alright. Yeah, I know I would. I normally don't, but whatever. Yeah, here. Like, this is like that. Like, anywho, going over the next events for the sequel game, Batman Arkham City, Joker is sick and dying from the Titan drug. And throughout the entire story, Joker had poisoned, and later in the story, Joker poisoned Batman with his own blood. So then Batman is also dying and forced to help the Joker to make a cure using the help of Mr. Freeze and Ra's al Ghul. And I get that some people like to say Ra's al Ghul, but come on. The classic and only way of saying it is Ra's al Ghul. So, getting the blood from Ra's because he's been alive for more than 1,400 years. Maybe less than that. Anywho, the cure is finally made. Joker steals it from Batman when he and Freeze are going at a little fist fight. How did the story go? Oh yeah. Then Joker allegedly took the cure and became perfect again, but in reality it was just Clayface. Now, to me, I don't know why Joker didn't just take the cure even though he had it great in his hand. Literally. So then we go through the whole process of saving Talia al Ghul, Ra's daughter, which still dies in the end. Joker eventually comes to the disease and dies with a smile across his face, leading into Batman Arkham Knight, where we incinerate Joker's body in the very start of the game, and then we where we incinerate Joker's body at the beginning of the game, and then later in the game we start seeing hallucinations of the Joker, believing to be that the Titan Joker's blood is still in Batman. That's what we're led to believe. But for me, I think it was just the fear toxin. Joker's blood was never really inside him in the first place. Unless if you count that stupid Batman Arkham VR game from 2018 is canon. I you know what? Never mind. Screw my theory. Anywho, Joker continues to tempt Batman to kill, and if you mess up good enough, Joker can start giving you some little teases and hints into the game. And then Joker, when we are captured by Scarecrow, Joker and Batman have this full-on mental fight where we get the classic line, "I am vengeance, I am the night, I am Batman," which is overall the best superhero lines that we could ever get in a video game. And then that leads us into the prequel game, Batman Arkham Origins. Batman Arkham Origins takes place around 2 years of Batman's first beginning as well being Batman, to then disguising himself as Black Mask while hiring 8 assassins from across the world, such as Lady Shiva, Deathstroke, Firefly, Killer Croc, Bane, Copperhead, Deadshot, and there's one more. Who the heck am I forgetting? Oh yeah, Electrocutioner. Joker then goes on this full-on rampage, and then when he's captured by Batman, he then escapes from Blackgate prison to then being basically warden of Blackgate, but like sort of what we had in Arkham Asylum, but not really. Then we finally beat the crap out of the Joker with his very fast punches. Like, sure, people can punch that fast, but holy crap, can he punch fast? So, with that out of the way, I'm going to rank Joker as an A-list villain for the Arkham games. Now, if anybody in here is a Batman Arkham fan, what would you put Joker at on the ranking list? Would you put him as a S tier, a B tier, an A tier, or just a full-on E tier? It's your guys' choice. Where did I get that tier list? It took me like 7 minutes just to find a good tier list website that wasn't an actual scam. Who am I missing on my tier list? Who am I missing from my tier list? I'm looking at this guy right here. Who am I missing from my tier list? Like, yes, I know I'm missing several of Batman's villains, but there are so many in the Arkhamverse, I can't cover them all. Are you crazy? Wait. Come on. Alright, you know what? Shake that off. Alright. Now, let's just continue. Bane. If we're going in chronological order, Bane's first appearance starts in Batman Arkham Origins, where he is a hired assassin from the Joker who disguised himself as Black Mask. Bane, in this game, he was a smart guy, and he had his Venom drug attached to him, and it was just like a small little fanny pack, if you can call it that. Let's see. Bane's boss fight in Arkham Origins was actually insane, but then later in the game, Bane figures out who Batman really is. He figures out that Batman is Bruce Wayne, puts Alfred in a tiny coma, and nearly kills him. Luckily, Batman stole the electrocutioner's gloves from his dead body, so then we used the electrocutioner's gloves to revive Alfred, and so we took the fight to him and the Joker at Blackgate Prison, where we proceeded to beat the crap out of the very first Titan endorsed Bane, which we get this massive look from him from Batman Arkham Asylum and Arkham City. Speaking of, Bane's next appearance is in Batman Arkham Asylum. Once we finally freed Gordon from Harley Quinn in Batman Arkham Asylum, we go down to a little chamber where Dr. Penelope Young was doing tests on Bane, creating an alternate version of the Titan drug, or the Joker. Bane sucked clean dry, and I doing suck clean dry of the venom from his blood. He is a shriveled up little man. But when Joker gives him back his venom, he's big again. Then we go on this little fight scene, which honestly was one of the coolest fight scenes I've ever had to endure in a Batman game. But then he's then ran over by the Batmobile, which is kind of hilarious, seeing on how big his size is. But to be fair, Bane was holding Batman in the air. Anywho, Batman Arkham City, we find Bane in like a little house where Bane is trying to find the rest of the Titan samples. Can you guys even hear me? Yes, you can. Alright. Where Bane is trying to find the rest of the Titan samples that were stolen from Arkham Asylum. We then proceed to find the Titan canisters. And then we fight Bane himself. Which, in my opinion, since I've never really fought Bane in Arkham City, it was kind of a weak off fight from when I saw it from the YouTuber Batman Arkham videos. I don't even remember that fight that well. Why am I even saying that? What am I doing? He doesn't make an appearance in Batman Arkham Knight because he apparently went on vacation. He quit his personas, well, Bane. Is Bane his real name? Now I'm curious. I don't need a. Well, I may look at this. Santiago Diego. Anywho, overall from Batman Arkham Origins, that is where we see Bane the most, and that's where I would rank him higher. But for that, I have to put Bane in C. I'm sorry. Ooh, Math Boy, what's up? Alright, who's my favorite character? Like, Shadow, are you talking about, like, villain-wise or hero-wise? Riddler has to be top tier. Riddler is actually one of the most irritating villains to find and fight in the Batman Arkham games, and holy crap, did I not like it. Here, is there a way for me to, like, put the... Can I, like, move the chat over? Hello? Pop out chat, reactions... Bye. Huh. Guess I can't. Alright, Alright, moving on to the next villain, Edward Nygma, the Riddler. And yes, his actual name is Edward Nygma, or Enigma. So, anywho, Riddler appears in most of the Batman Arkham games. He appears in, well, he doesn't really make a physical appearance in some of these. He makes physical appearances in Batman Arkham City and Batman Arkham Knight. He doesn't make physical appearances in the following games: Batman Arkham Asylum and Batman Arkham Shadow. Literally. Oh, and that lame Batman Arkham VR for the PlayStation VR. Anywho, Riddler. Literally every person who's played the Batman Arkham games can agree that Riddler is the most irritating villain to ever defeat. Mostly because we have to collect like Riddler trophies. Yes, voice crack was intended. Like, Riddler is actually one of the most irritating villains I've ever had to fight in a video game, because you shouldn't have to use the time to actually. This dude is like 2 to 400 Riddler trophies spread out across Gotham, only for you to find out like once you think you figured out found frick once you think you actually found them all, only to find that there's still 200 more still left out there. It's absolutely insane and freaking annoying. I would like Riddler more if there were more death traps involved and less Riddler trophies spread out across the map. Yes, I do get that the Riddler trophies were so people could explore the map. But you could have just found a different way. Because this is just actually bullcrap. Riddler, my friend, you're going down an E tier. Just have like a way better side quest. And then you would be freaking better. That's just what I'm saying. What is this? Now that my whole political rant is gone, Riddler, yes, he's a annoying villain to go up against, but let's just move on so I don't go into a freaking rampage again. All right, Harley Quinn, also known as Dr. Harleen Quinzel when she's a psychiatrist. She appears in the following games: Batman Arkham Asylum, Batman Arkham City, Batman Arkham Shadow, and Batman Arkham Knight. Oh, and Batman Arkham Origins too. So that's like 5 out of like the 7 games. Harley Quinn, when she first appeared, her boss fight was kind of mid, mostly because her boss fight was a cutscene in Batman Arkham Origins, where literally all Batman had to do was just throw her down to the ground, which is exactly what we did again in Batman Arkham City. So that's twice now that Harley Quinn just got thrown down to the ground. No offense for you females, but Harley Quinn was kind of weak. Like, she was absolute weak sauce. I wouldn't exactly call her a real boss, mostly because she was a weak level character. Oh yeah, same goes in Batman Arkham Knight. Literally all you had to do was a combo to take her out. Anywho, we see her the most in the VR video game Batman Arkham Shadow. Now, I actually live streamed Batman Arkham Shadow full playthrough, and Dr. Quinzel seemed like she really did care about the patients, especially the Joker. If you go into solitaire, like when you're roaming around as Batman, you can see a little file that says that Joker has been moved or taken by Dr. Quinzel, meaning that Joker has already gotten to her brain, leading her to the path to become Harley Quinn. Overall, though, she was a mid-level character to even she's a very good character. Like, some of her design choices I would question. Um, Overall, though, I would give Harley Quinn a D tier. See what the chat. Okay, there's no one here. Someone hit my window. One sec, chat. Okay, there's no one at my window. How did that get there? Frick, come on. All right. There's something else. All right. Professor Hugo Strange, only appearing in the video game Batman Arkham City, is like the main villain was planned for the actual game. Throughout, when we first see Professor Hugo Strange, we already know that he has figured out who Batman and Bruce Wayne are. They are the same people. So, Hugo Strange has planned to activate the Protocol 10. Protocol 10 is where he launches a full-on massacre throughout Arkham City, where Batman tries to stop it all. Throughout the game, throughout Batman Arkham City, the developers of the game really tried to make Professor Hugo Strange like the main big bad of the game, but little did we realize that it was Ra's al Ghul who was in charge of the entire thing. Hugo, he's a good character. He really is a good character. I feel like they casted him well. His design was like a really good choice. I'm forgetting something. Oh yeah, he only lasted through one game because he got stabbed. And then we figured out another protocol was called Protocol 11, where Hugo Strange just basically blew up his headquarters, causing Batman and Ra's al Ghul to fall out of a giant window, and Ra's just basically killed himself trying to kill Batman. But Batman, of course, he survived. He survived the stabbing mostly because he didn't get stabbed in the first place. But Ra's al Ghul didn't make it, and then Ra's little league of assassins took his body from the pillar from which he was stabbed on, and into the events of Batman Arkham Knight. Overall, though, Hugo was a very good character in the Arkham games. I wish I got to see more of him, so he is a C tier. Next villain, Poison Ivy. Now, I chose the New 52 picture for Ivy mostly because her appearance in the Arkham games is too inappropriate to show for this channel. So, I had to resort to finding an appropriate image of Ivy, which included her in a full bodysuit. So, yeah. Ivy. She was a very good boss to fight in Batman Arkham Asylum. She was extremely fun. And what else? Her boss fight in Arkham Asylum was kind of difficult, but like when I first played the game, I was like 8. It took me at least like 25 tries just to defeat her, mostly because I didn't know on how to quick tap the freaking batarang. But overall, her character arc in Batman Arkham Knight was awesome because she was the savior of Gotham from Scarecrow's fear toxin from when Scarecrow unleashed the Cloudburst. Anywho, Ivy gave her life to save Gotham, giving us her ending line, "Nature always wins." And then fading into a dandelion specs, which was really cool, and to leave her jacket at the Botanical Gardens, for where her final resting place is laid. I don't care about that. Get out of here. Overall, though, if Ivy had a better design choice, like, I like the fact that they tried to give her like an all nature look, but come on, put some pants on the woman. Like, ugh. I hate the fact that she's just a green woman wearing a jacket and having like a flower accessory on her head. Ugh. Developers of the Arkham games, if you ever make a prequel or a sequel to Arkham Shadow, please, for the love of everything, give Ivy some pants. Anywho, Ivy was a really good character in the Arkham games, and I'm giving her B tier. And look at that, everybody! That's our first ever B tier! Yay! That sounded so autistic. I apologize for making that sound autistic. I really do. Let's continue. Penguin. All right. I have one thing to say. You're shut up. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so like me standing up next to the penguin, it's like he's about to my hip. That's short. Hold up. What's his actual size? No, I'm curious. What's his size? "5'2". Wow, Pangy, you short. Alright. Oswald Cobblepot throughout the Arkham games has just been annoying. Like, has he been fun to interrogate? Yes. Was it hilarious to watch Batman hold him up into the air? Of course it was. Was it weird that in Batman Arkham Knight he had like, and Arkham City, that he had like voice modular things? Of course it did. Overall, his side quest, like the only major side quest that I care about was his side quest in Arkham City. It's a really fun side quest. Excuse me. This side quest was really fun to play. Did it get annoying at times to have to wait for Nightwing to report in about a new location about the Penguin? Of course it was. But yeah, I literally have nothing else to say for that. Penguin, also one more thing. Penguin I wish he was less cussy. I'm gonna put you in D tier, Mr. Oswald Chesterfield. Great. Whatever your middle name is. Yeah. Oh, guys, I want to show you something. Okay. Whatever you do, for those who know me personally, I do not want to be made fun of. So here we go. Frick, where are the eye holes? Why the frick are... Ah, frick. Hold up. Ah, frick, the Sharpie smell. I thought I made this bigger. Oh, frick. You can see me. So, So, this is the Spider-Man mask I made. Here, let me try to put it on the right way. Frick, I don't care. Just let me frick. What do I? Frick. Okay, there we go. I can see. Okay. Here, what do I look like? I look like a complete buffoon. It's very form-fitting on my face. I think it fits nice. I wish I fixed, like, oh yeah. Oh, I made some lenses to go with it. I can't find the other one right now. But this is what it would have looked like in this point up here. Like, this is what I would have looked like. Like, I get that this is supposed to be a Batman video, but I wanted to show you guys this mostly because of the fact that I made something like this and I just wanted to show it. If I ever get some red fabric again, my hair is like a rock. Hold up. Would I change this mask? Of course I would. Wow, it looks so orange in my lighting. But, like I said in the video I've made today, I'm thinking I may take that down. Speaking of that, I know I'm getting sidetracked. What am I doing? I need to fix that thumbnail. I reacted to the YouTuber Amazing PSM, and his little, Spider-Man animation that he made today, or yesterday, depending on when you watch this. My hair is way too much gel today. You know what? Frick. I do want to make my own Spider-Man suit. I only know how to make pants. I do want to try remaking the mask. So, frick, yeah. Let's get into the next character. Scarecrow. Frick! Ah! Alright, Scarecrow. Dr. Jonathan Crane, aka the Scarecrow. He only appears in the following games: Batman, Arkham Asylum, Arkham Shadow, and Arkham Knight. He doesn't appear in Arkham City because he was allegedly dead. Because in Arkham City he oh yeah, let me point out a fact. For those who played Batman Arkham Asylum and have actually played through Scarecrow's boss fights, the background behind Batman and Crane was actually supposed to be blood. Like, it was supposed to be like a blood tornado with like blood rain falling from the sky, but I guess that was too graphic for the game, so yeah. His boss fights in Arkham Asylum are extremely fun and really enjoyable. Also, dang it, nobody's in the chat, so I can't really... Right. Alright, so, Scarecrow. His design choice in Arkham Asylum was really good. In Arkham Knight, the fact that they were trying to put the fact that Killer Croc like tore half his face off. Holy crap. It actually looked terrifying. And also one other thing, look at his Scarecrow's voice change. Like, what's the deal with that? Anywho, Scarecrow was the main villain for Batman Arkham Knight. And here we all thought that before Batman Arkham Asylum, we all thought that Joker would be the one to end the bat or unmask him. but we were wrong. For some reason, the developers chose Scarecrow. Did I like it? Yes, I did. Did I hate the fact that we literally exploded Wayne Manor and ourselves with Alfred inside? Yes, I did. Did I notice the Calendar Man references during that cutscene? Of course I did! We probably all did. Anywho, Scarecrow was a very cool boss. He's going in B. Really wish that there was like a tier in between these two. I could have put like Scarecrow in between. Killer Croc! Alright. Killer Croc in the Batman Arkham games is an overall very fun character. He appears in the following games: Batman Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, Arkham Origins, and Arkham Knights. That's right, the OG4. Would it have been terrifying to see him in Batman Arkham Shadow? Of course it would have been. But we got Lockup is the boss fights instead, which I enjoyed a lot better. Killer Croc in Batman Arkham Asylum, when I first played the game, I literally was scared to death, mostly because Killer Croc would come out of nowhere, and literally when I walk so silent, like my finger just barely moves the controller, and within 20 or 30 seconds, Croc pops out when Batman literally says that I need to not make as much noise because that'll give Croc my location or something with the raps and the vibrations, whatever it was. So, Killer Croc overall was a scary boss for me as a kid, but to this day I just like panic every time when I'm just like trying my absolute best not to get demolished by him. And also the fact that I throw battering and it misses also makes me scared, so yeah. We didn't really get a boss fight for him in Batman Arkham City. We just got a little conversation between him and Batman. So, not really much there. He appears in Arkham Origins as an assassin, which also very cool. Killer Croc was a fun boss to fight in Arkham Origins. Was he hard? Of course he was. Did I like it? No. Well, actually, yeah, I did. Did it take me several tries? Yes. I am an idiot. Mostly, I'm saying that it was hard mostly because I was playing New Game Plus of Arkham Origins. Okay, in Arkham Knight, he appeared in the Season of Infamy DLC, where he was captured and put for experimentation, where Croc got, I didn't really like his look in Arkham Knight. Do I like the fact that he is a tail? Yeah, but like he looked very buff in Arkham Asylum and Arkham City. No, for those out there, I will not take off my shirt to give you example of buff. Killer Croc was an overall fun boss to fight in Arkham Knight and Arkham Asylum. So for that reason, I'm putting him. I'm putting him as a C tier. Now, Mr. Freeze. Smartest boss of them all, first of all. I would say these next two villains from the Arkham games are like one of the most fun. Mr. Freeze in... What's that voice crack? Mr. Freeze in Batman Mr. Freeze only appears in the following games: Arkham Shadow. What am I talking about? He did not appear in Arkham Shadow. He appeared in Arkham City and Arkham Origins and Arkham Knight. Chronological order, he made his debut in Arkham Origins, where he wants, like any other Mr. Freeze story, Freeze wanted Ferris Boyle And then he wanted to kill him for for not giving Freeze an extended period of time to save his wife Nora, and Freeze wanted vengeance. So, like any other villain, he kidnaps the main villain from a party being held by Bruce Wayne, and then took him to Goth Corp, where he is then forced to like exploit himself. Why did I say exploit? Expose himself to the world that he is the bad guy, and Boyle made Freeze the way he is because he didn't let him continue his tests to save his dying wife Nora. In Arkham Origins, he appears in Cold Heart. I haven't played the DLC myself, mostly because my dad refuses to connect our PS3 to the PlayStation Network, and if you guys don't believe me that I have Arkham Origins and a PS3, give me a sec. Yep. No, I do not want to drop this, so... Holy crap, this is dusty. Yeah, oh, what the frick? Oh, those are earphones. Yeah, guys, I have a PS3. I have a PS3. This thing is old, but it still works, luckily. And of course, I have the game. That's right, folks, I got the game! Now it does say exclusive downloadable content, the Nightfall pack. It includes the Nightfall Batman skin and classic TV series Batman skin, which is, it's talking about the Adam West appearance of Batman. Holy crap, there's flying everywhere. And 5 challenge maps. I don't give a crap for the challenge maps. Well, I do, but anywho, but that's besides the point. I just wanted to prove to you guys that I'm an old gamer. His boss fight in Arkham Asylum, not Asylum, what am I saying? Boss fight in Arkham City was the best boss fight I ever had, along with Deathstroke. Because in Mr. Freeze's boss fight, Freeze adapted to his environment. So he froze every single if we did a takedown with a gargoyle, Freeze took down the gargoyle. If we did a takedown on Freeze, he froze through the vents. He froze the vents. If we did a takedown, well, I guess from those 2 points he froze them all, but like, did he freeze them? I don't know. I can't really remember, but it was a really fun boss fight. Oh, yeah, in Arkham Knight, what am I saying? In Arkham Knight, he was more of an accomplice, an ally. We didn't really fight him, so that just now puts me in a spot. He's still in S tier. Deathstroke. Alright, first of all, I'm gonna put this guy in A tier. And for those... There's literally nobody watching. Okay. For those wondering, why Deathstroke is in an A tier and not an S, it's because, first of all, he only appears in 2 games. He appears in Arkham Origins and Arkham Knight. Yeah. Deathstroke had one of the best one of the best martial artists in the entire Arkhamverse. And Arkham Origins, his boss fight was beautifully perfected. Of course, the new game plus it took me like a decade. I'm joking. It didn't take me a decade. It just took me like a month or two to defeat him in New Game Plus. But for those wondering, oh, Odin, for those reasons, why didn't you put him in S tier? The reason is because his boss fight in Arkham Knight sucked. So we had a very awesome boss fight reduced into lame crap, absolute dog water, because Deathstroke just got forced into a tank only to fight Batman from a tank. If we had like a better boss fight, like how we had in Arkham Origins, like if they just copy and pasted the boss fight, I wouldn't give a crap, but at least give him a different moveset though. It was very fun, nonetheless. So Deathstroke goes in A tier. Man-Bat, guys, not Batman, it's Man-Bat. So, we had like the most chat that I've ever had in a live stream. Dan, I know you will come back to this eventually, but you spelt my name wrong. Yeah, I do get a little sensitive when people spell my name wrong. Okay. Man-Bat. It didn't take long, but alright, let me tell you a little story. I was in Batman Arkham Knight. I was young and stupid at the time. I was around like 8, 9, 10 years old at the time. When did I move to this area? I was like 10 at the time. And 9 or 10 at the time, and what happened was that I was playing Batman Arkham Knight, and I decided, and I was just like grappling around trying to get to my destination, and little old me decided to get really close to the TV, since our TV sits up on a mantle, so I just stood up from where the fireplace was, and I was just like this close to the screen. And then when I grappled up to the specific building that Man-Bat jump scared me. He scared the absolute out of me. For those who know me, and for those who just like to get a laugh out of me, I was scared to death when I figured out that Man-Bat was in the game, and he had a jump scare. Did I like it? Of course I didn't. Would I tell myself to, if I went back to the past, to change that incident? Would I? Of course I would. I did not like yelling my my vocal cords off to the point where I couldn't speak for the next day. So yeah. Man-Bat, though, literally all you had to do was track him down, take his blood 3 times, find his lab, develop the cure, which also the cure making for Arkham Knight. Why? At least make it easier. Okay, yeah, I'm sounding lazy at this point. I want a good challenge. No, not like that. I do not want more Riddler trophies in an Arkham game. For the love of everything, no more Riddler trophies, please. Anywho, Man-Bat, for that past trauma, you're going down with these two. Now for the final one of the day, Firefly. Yeah, why did I do that? That's so cringe. Okay. Yeah, I need mental help. I mean that not literally, but sometimes I do during school. Oh, holy crap. All right, Firefly. He appears in following games: Batman Arkham Origins and Batman Arkham Knight, and we have a little conversation with him in Batman Arkham Shadow. So, in Arkham Origins, he was about to blow. I'm literally about to get up on that bed. In Batman Arkham Origins, Firefly was about to blow up a bridge. So, um, we we of course fought Firefly, and he had one of the best and like one of the most irritating boss fights. Mostly because all we had to do, like, actually no, I'm at that point in New Game Plus. What am I talking about? Oh, and guys, that was already unplugged, so uh, that just tells you that I haven't been on the PS3 in a while. But Firefly, though, in Arkham Origins, he had a very fun boss fight. But in Arkham Knight, he was just like burning uh, firehouses. Um, sound like a complete idiot. I'm not a complete idiot. Um, Anywho, we were literally just reduced to launching tiny missiles at Firefly while chasing him throughout Gotham. Was it irritating at times? Yes, it was. Did I like cutting him off? Of course I did. But for Firefly, I'm gonna put him in B tier. Okay. All right. Okay, so we made it. We're at the end of the tier list. Um, Fun, yay! No, I'm bored now. It's currently 9 o'clock on where I live. The sun hasn't fully gone down. I want to do more for this stream, but I probably shouldn't. Updates on Batman Rise. I've casted my Joker, and it's this guy right here. Math Boy 1173 underscore VR. For those who don't know, I met this kid through Jackson, and why did I call him a kid? He's like 17. I met him through Jackson because for those who don't follow his channel, it's right here. In fact, I'll put his thing in the stream if anybody decides to come back. Jackson, he decided to troll me
for so many people. They can do
Jackson
whatever they want to
decided to
people's
troll
headsets.
me
Usually it's
with
for no
this
reason, which is what makes them
video,
so
and
powerful. These in my head.
like I low-key got scared, and like he's actually a really cool guy. Have I met him in person? No, I have not. But from the way that I've gotten to know him, well, I haven't really gotten to know him, but Jackson and I were in his podcast video right
Good
here.
afternoon, my monkey brothers and sisters,
And
welcome back
it was
to
a
Crow's
fun
Nest
video to
podcast,
be in.
where the mind flaps free at the
Frick,
opportunity of the freedom of speech, and no
right.
viewer has to leave the nest if they don't want to. Today we're joined by two very special guests, Puggy and Odin.
Okay. At this point, I'm just stalling. I have casted myself as Batman. I've casted Math Boy is my Joker. and I've casted Jackson as one of Joker's goons. Do I think I should cast Jackson as somebody else as well? Yes. Will I probably get to that point? Maybe. But like I want to include Dan um in this episode of Batman Rise. Oh yeah, speaking of Batman Rise, I have only put I've been experimenting ever since I've finished the script. I've been experimenting with the video. I've been trying to get used to animating. Um, oh yeah, and the worst part is that my thing that I'm animating on, it's an Android art tablet, so an Android iPad. So um, Mm, I'm gonna like see when I'm done with my test video. I'm gonna try to email myself the footage, and I'll see if the quality is good or bad. If it's bad, then I am actually screwed. Um, but if it's good, that just tells me that I can actually continue to make something extremely good.